I'm here at Mor Diop School in Medina in Dakar, one of the polling stations, as people head to the polls here in Senegal for the legislative elections. Across the country, there are 7.3 million people registered to vote, as they are set to decide the balance of power in Senegal's parliament. People have come here early, as you can see, which is tradition here in Senegal to avoid the heat mostly, but people have told us that they're very happy to be here and they can't wait to vote. Polls will close at about 6 p.m. as people decide on their representative, one of 165 members of Senegal's parliament. So essentially, we have the ruling PASTEF party who hope to secure a majority to, in theory, instigate their transformative policies here in Senegal. That's President Diomaye Faye and also Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko. But they are up against a series of opposition coalitions who are trying to block them from getting said majority. There are three key coalitions in opposition: the Takku Wallu Senegal, which is led by previous leader Macky Sall, the Jamnak Jarine, which is led by former PM Amadou Ba, and Sam Sakadou, which is led by Dakar's mayor Bartholomew Diaz. They've all informally banded together to try and block PASTEF from getting a majority. In the past, Senegal have traditionally given the presidential winners the majority that they need from the election 8 months ago, but it remains to be seen whether this happens this time around. And Senegal's new leaders, whoever they will become in the legislative assembly, will need 3/5 of a majority to institute any policies. Here in Senegal, the key policies at stake include the economic situation. There is a 20% inflation rate, there's high unemployment, there is a big sort of youth disenfranchisement, people are leaving, particularly on migratory routes, and therefore the policies at stake are really important, particularly for everyday Senegalese. The government, who are currently in power, say they've inherited issues from the previous administration and that they need this majority to make any kind of changes in Senegal. Across the region more generally, Senegal is seen as a bastion of democracy amongst other kind of junta-led countries that we've seen over the past few years have coups d'etats. And although there's been some election violence over the past fortnight in the campaign, relatively speaking, things are calm here today in Senegal, and there are hopes that things will go smoothly as a reliable projection is likely to be available as early as Monday.